Hey guys, Charles at Tin Man Metalworks here. I got an order over the weekend for a monogram, and this is the picture he sent me. Told me he wanted something similar to this, so we're going to put our own spin on this. So let's go ahead and open up Inkscape. Show you the easy way to do this. In fact, I'm going to leave all the files in the description down below so that you can get a copy of them and make your own version. Put it on your social media and sell a couple of these. Let's jump into it. It's pretty easy. So I'm going to just go over here and I'm going to grab that file and I'm going to drag it in to Inkscape. Going to hit my minus key here just to zoom out. The first thing I'm going to do is go up here to File, and then I'm going to go to Document Properties. I'm going to change this to inches, and I sold this as a 24-inch sign. So I'm just going to make my drawing board 24 inch by 24 inch. So just go ahead and change those. Get rid of that. Now, that board is a 24 inch by 24 inch. I've set aside these files because we're going to make our own version of this. We are not just going to, trace bitmap that. One, it's kind of rude to do that, and, why not make your own version anyway? So maybe we'll grab this frame here, and we're just going to blow that up, and we're going to rotate this sideways because you see both edges of this are not the same. So I'm going to right click this, hit duplicate, then I'm going to go up here and we're going to hit mirror. Now all that did is copy this and flipped it around, and it makes it uniform. So then we're just going to hold our left mouse button, jump over the whole thing, go up here to path and hit union. Now we have a single frame. First thing I'm going to do is go over here and change this to inches. Now with your lock aspect ratio button clicked, we are going to change this to 24 inches wide. And we're going to draw within this. So now that we have our frame, let's right click this, hit duplicate, come down here and pick a different color for it, and I'm just going to use green because I'm a green guy. And we are going to hold shift and we're just going to downsize that a little bit, and we're just going to cut this out as a frame. Now this is a good starting point. That works pretty good. As you can see, it's just going to uniformly change that smaller. But I'm going to click it again and I'm just going to pull it out like this. And we're just going to eyeball that as a pretty good uniform shape. We're going to highlight the whole thing. We're going to come up here to our alignment tool, and we're just going to center it horizontally and vertically, just so that thing's directly in the middle. Then we're going to go up here to path, and we're going to go to difference, and that's going to cut that out. So now what we need to do is we need to color in the bottom section where we're going to put the name. So we're just going to draw a couple of boxes here, cover up the white spot, go back up here to our selection tool so that we can draw a box around the whole thing. And then we're going to jump up here to path, and we are going to go to union. Now that's where we're going to put that name, is right in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my file kit, and I'm going to put some grass here on the bottom. Now I forgot to throw some grass in here, so bear with me. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go dig through some grass files and add a few in here for you. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back. So now that I have went back and found a grass file that I want to use, I'm just going to grab this grass file and I'm going to pull it in here. Now it's going to show up really small, so we're just going to grow that out to the size that we want. And that's pretty thick grass, so we're just going to pull our grass in here, make it somewhat the size we want maybe. Right click, duplicate this and just pull it over to this side of our little sign here and just grow that to about half right there in the middle. And that's going to be our grass here at the bottom. Now I'm just going to grab my zoom tool, draw this so that I can zoom in here and grab my selection tool and just kind of put this where I want it. Because I want to get it all the way to the end here. And I want this center section to blend together somewhat. Our grass is a group of 5 objects, so we're going to select one section of it, hold Control Shift and hit G until this down here says no groups. Then holding Shift, we're going to grab the main backing plate of our sign. We're going to go up here and hit Union. Do the same thing to this one. Hold Control, hold Shift, hit G until this down here changes to no groups. Holding Shift, we are going to select our backing plate, go back up here and go to Union. And that's going to make all of that one piece. Now going back over here, we got a tree and some mountains. So I'm going to go back to my file folder here, and I'm going to grab this tree that I picked out earlier. Looks like it showed up right there. So we're going to toss this tree in here. Maybe we'll skinny it up a little bit. And as you can see, it's poking out the top of the sign. Maybe he likes that. I'm going to go ahead and mirror this tree. So, and we're going to put the tree, just somewhere where it looks nice. And you can get creative with this, do whatever you want. This is your design. I'm just giving you my version, and we'll send it over to the guy and see if he likes it. I'm going to put my tree something like that, I think. Now we got some mountains in the background, so let's grab a mountain out of our little folder here. I selected this mountain. Oops. Drag our mountain down here so we can see it. Looks like we got a couple of extra blades of grass there, so let's just select those and delete them because we don't need them. Let's put our frame back kind of where we want it, and we're going to grab our mountains and we're just going to stick them in the background wherever and however it looks good to us. Maybe I'll mirror those just so it kind of gets a little bit more of the mountain in there. Looks a little better that direction to me. So I'm going to plop that down there. Now we got a male deer, a female deer, and it looks like maybe a couple does or babies back there. So we're going to go back over to our folder here. We are going to grab one of our bucks here, and we're just going to slap this little guy in here wherever it looks good to us. Now I might take this mountain and just pull it up just so that deer's horns are nice and highlighted. You can see the facial features pretty good. And maybe we'll put him somewhere like that. Maybe we'll grab one of these does and put it down here by Daddy. And maybe we'll grab a couple more of these. Shrink it down to an appropriate size. Maybe put it over here. Maybe we'll duplicate this one. Make it a little bit smaller. Maybe we'll mirror this one. Grab our zoom tool. Just get into this section real good. And we're just going to resize these. We'll put that one behind the tree a little bit, kind of poking around. Put that one over here. Now, I don't like that mountain's so intent behind this mama deer. So I'm going to just double click it and bring up the nodes. Man, there's a lot of nodes on that mountain too. But we'll just shorten that down a little bit. Jump in here, zoom into this, open our node tool, hit our minus key a little bit. We'll just highlight the tip of this a little bit, and we're just going to grow this out to touch the mama, just to make the sign a little more sturdy when it cuts out. That looks a lot better. You can see her head a lot better there. Now, when you run into this problem where there is like a bazillion nodes, you can go up here to Path and come down here to Simplify, or you can just hit Control L. And that'll simplify that way down. You can do the same thing here. We'll just do Control L, and that simplifies it way down. Control L, Control L, Control L. Now that will cut out exponentially better. That one's already simplified. So, yeah. Those deer, some of those deer get pretty complicated because, you know, depending on how big you're cutting these out, I mean, you want a lot of detail on this buck if you're cutting him out at 10 foot by 10 foot, right? I mean, you don't want it to be simplified because it looks stupid. I mean, you want to be able to see all the hairs poking off him and crap. But when you're cutting them out small like this, you don't want that. So we're going to zoom out here. So he wanted the name Stainbrook in it, so I'm just going to get rid of this. Pull up my text tool over here. Write out the name. Apparently I have my text set incredibly small for whatever reason. So in proofs, I don't really combine or union anything until the proof has been approved. Just because, you know, you never know. They might want changes. Sometimes they want changes, sometimes they don't want changes. Hard to say. Always depends on the customer. But I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take a screenshot of it. And then I'm going to change the name to the Stainbrooks. Make it fit inside that window. So, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this one. Actually in a second, because that is clearly not in the middle. So then, now I'm going to take a screenshot of it. And I am going to pause this video. I'm going to send him those screenshots and see which one he likes better. And when I come back, we'll either make changes to it or we will send it to the table to cut it out. So, be right back. Hey guys, so he came back, said he liked the design, so let's send it on over to the table and get her cut out.